channel. My name is Abby Lee and we are back today with another video. So we're gonna give you guys the top reasons why we think that you should hire a planner. So not necessarily us in particular, although you know, we are available for hire, but just in general. I think planners have a lot of value that we can bring to brides and couples, so that's what we want to chat about today. So before we start, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Sugar Plum & Co, at my personal at Hi Abby Lee, and then Kramer's wedding page, which is at Kramer_Sugar Plum. And also make sure to like and subscribe and to comment below and anything if this is helpful and what other videos you guys want to see.
So point number one, wedding planning can be a little bit stressful and overwhelming. At times you might feel like you're losing your sanity. We don't want you guys to do that. So definitely helping with keeping you sane and on track. Also, there could be like some things that come in and totally, you know, distract you from like what you're doing or anything of the sort. Like personal life things happen while you're wedding planning. You can't stop life. You still work, and some of you have kids and some of you have family things going on. So having someone to kind of keep you on like a straight and narrow and to keep you sane is really important.
When you're getting married or you're engaged, there's a lot of life happening, right? It's like you're either finishing up grad school, you're gonna take boards, or you're looking into moving. I feel like a lot of our clients, that kind of always happens in the same season.
Tell them, I'm like, just please wait.
Yeah.
That's one more added thing to your, and I know you guys get excited. Like, oh, like we want to get a new place, like this is a new chapter in our life, and having the added task of planning a wedding can become really grueling and might make you go crazy, hence keeping your sanity.
Okay, so point number two is maintaining your wedding expenses. Weddings are really expensive. This is obviously a really hot topic. And when you hire a wedding planner, we obviously, because we do this every week, we do this, you know, for a living, we know what is industry norm. We know what you should be paying for a florist, and, you know, if you're being gypped or if you're being overpriced or if it's worth it, et cetera, et cetera. Because there's so much more than just like, oh, this florist, you know, is costing $5,000, right? Or this one's costing $8,000. And you have to look at certain things like their experience. Are they going to be staying to do a flip? Are they going to, you know, include like a mock centerpiece? So I think, you know, with planners, that's essentially what you're hiring, right? With any service, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, you hire us for our expertise, and there's certain things, there's certain insider knowledge that we know that you guys just don't know, right? And so, yes, when you pay for a planner, you may get sticker shocked, but you need to understand that the value that we bring is this experience. And then also too, you know, with money, there's also certain ways that you can allocate it, right? And every wedding and every couple is different. And this is why for us, you know, with our clients, we really try to understand what's important to you, what is important to your vision, because what's important to one couple isn't going to be important to the second, right? So we're not going to say, okay, yeah, let's spend, you know, 15 grand on a live band. Well, that's not what you want. When we say like maintaining and managing like your wedding expenses, it's understanding, yes, what your budget is, but also understanding what's important to you. Like regardless, you're gonna spend money. Like weddings are expensive. Our weddings are expensive. What you're seeing on our Instagram is expensive. It costs money. Like we're not gonna be around the bush. But the thing that we can do for you is make sure that you're spending it right and correctly, right? And you're gonna see those dollars. Because sometimes I think even like in our earlier years, when I would see people's weddings and I'd see their budgets, I'm like, oh my God, why did you spend this? And they didn't even know what they spent. Like, they're like, I don't really know why I paid X amount for this like videographer when I'm not really happy with it, right? And so we'll know, again, what the industry norm is, what kind of like the trendy stuff is. And again, what we do is like knowing that information and then also getting to know you and being able to kind of discern what's important to you. We're a service, right? We don't really have like a tangible item. It's not like a venue, okay, you get this venue for 5 hours. It's not like wedding photography, okay, you get an album, right? We don't have like this tangible thing because it's a service, but it's almost like insurance. This is kind of what I tell people. You're spending like 60 grand on a wedding. You want to make sure that it goes well, or at the very least.
Yeah, there's like so many brides that will come to us and be like, oh, I'm gonna book this photographer because they're cheap, $1,800, and I'm like, okay, but you told me you like really pretty and like light and airy photos, and this person shoots like in sepia. Like that doesn't, like, just because it's right for your budget doesn't mean it's right for your big day, and then you're gonna look back and regret it. And it's like, that's again where we'll come in and be like, okay, maybe spend $500, $600 more on a photographer that you really like, and maybe tailor back on the decor because you're not really a big decor person. You want for like good photos and good food. Then okay, we'll kind of allocate like, okay, let's kind of tailor this back. Maybe go with a different florist who's strong in doing really pretty greenery instead of picking a florist that's like great at florals when you're not really into florals. So it's navigation.
Because there's so many vendors and there's so many things, and because we've been doing this for so long and we know like there's certain vendors that we know are good at certain looks, they're good at certain, like we know vendors that like a florist that's really logistic heavy. Maybe you're gonna have like a 400 person wedding and it's not gonna be super design heavy, but it's gonna be a really heavy, like logistical, where you're doing like a flip or whatever. So there's so many things to consider.
Okay, on to point number 3, fresh ideas. So this is a fun one because obviously one of my personal favorite things to do is like styling and designing and things like that. So with fresh ideas, it's super cool to see what you as brides bring to us in terms of your idea of or your feel or vibe that you want for your day. And obviously we're going to be super receptive to that and honor that. But a lot of times there are things that have been done to you guys. It might seem like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing since sliced bread. And we're like, we've seen that like 100,000 times. So we will be the ones to be like, okay, maybe if we like switch out something or maybe just make it look like just something that hasn't been done before. It could be honestly just switching out the napkin or like switching out certain candle holders. We'll also tailor it to you guys. And a lot of times you guys see stuff on like Pinterest and Instagram and you're like, oh my God, this is like so beautiful. And we're like, that picture's been used 100,000 times, which is fine. Like I'm not talking bad about it. There's a reason why it's been used, but also you don't want to like have a cookie cutter wedding or to like copy someone else's wedding. You know, you want it to be very much yourself. And there's also things that maybe we know that won't necessarily work with the other things. So we will definitely be there to give you very professional recommendations as to like what things to switch out or to replace, or just to make it like yours and something new and fresh and like fun and exciting.
Like for instance, we just did a wedding last week. We got such good just like feedback from it just because it was
this is something I haven't seen before.
A fresh new idea, right? Where it was a thing where the bride, so this was a wedding that Kramer designed, and it was a thing where, you know, the bride definitely had her like ideas, and it's just the thing of, you know, with your planner, with a good planner, you bounce off each other and you take the bride's or the couple's personality and what they're wanting.
It's such like a breath of fresh air. And your guests appreciate it too, because like at that wedding, all the guests were like, oh my God, this is so cool. And like everybody on my Instagram was like, I've never seen this before. What a cool idea. That's so sweet.
You know, brides have ideas and it gets overtaken almost by like Pinterest or Instagram, right? And
it's overwhelming, and I always tell my friends like, stay off Pinterest. Like, you know, we'll get rolling with like one idea and we'll be like on track, and they're like, oh, I saw it. I'm like, please stay off Pinterest. Like, it's dangerous.
It is.
For one, there's not a price tag on it, so it's like it will freak you out. And that's again what we'll kind of come in and be like, that's achievable. Like that same look, a little bit like kind of going back to point 2. Also like
minting. Everything
is connected. But just making sure that like your idea is there, but also just giving it like a new spin, kind of a breath of fresh air.
It's the design aspect that I think is important for us, is we always want to make sure that we are honoring whatever it is that you guys want, right? So if it's, you know, for that bride, for instance, she brought in a lot of like family heirlooms,
which is like such like, you don't see that stuff.
And she wanted to like mix it with like tropical and then like the dried elements.
It's as simple as like inundating your venue with candles. Like that is so simple to do, but it like makes such a big impact because people don't usually take the time to light that many candles. So for us, like we're team candles all the way, and it's like little things like that. Like we'll be like, oh, okay, you saw a picture that like having to do with like candles or lighting, like we can make that happen, you know? So things like that.
We make your wedding obviously pretty, but that's also still tailored to you. And I think that's why a lot of people resonate so much with our work and why people like it, is because we obviously do take that time to do that. So, I mean, like I said, I can't speak for all planners, but I think there's a handful of us that.
And a lot of them don't. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, a lot of them don't do what we do, but it's like, when you have like pride and passion in your work, like if you paid for florals and like your ceremony gets used for 30 minutes and there's stuff like up on an arch or something, like please leave. I'm gonna get up there and cut it down because I want to go repurpose it somewhere else, like Sweetheart Table or Spar or wherever. Like all I want for you guys is to like when you see your wedding for it to be your dream.
Yeah.
And it's like if I see something that looks unfinished or that I don't think is gonna achieve that, like best believe that I'm gonna like make that happen. A lot of things that we
people on the back.
I feel like a lot of stuff that we do is so behind the scenes.
Yeah.
On the day, we're literally like little secret ninjas. Like I can't tell you how many times a day I hear like, oh my God, I've seen you run around this place 100 million times. Like you're so composed and like you just make things like happen. You're putting out fires and it's like, that's what we do. Like, I mean, but that's just such a small aspect of it. But the day of stuff is like, it's just crazy. Like no one will ever fully understand unless someone comes and like shadows us, like to see like there's things that happen in your guys' wedding that you don't even know about. That's what we do though. We like
put out fires.
Put out fires. And you know what? Like if Aunt June and Cousin Sally are like having a riff, like I'll jump in to be Dr. Phil and like let them know like, hey, this is not your day. Like chill out, relax, like it's gonna be okay. Biggest part of this I feel like is at the end of the night. When everyone is wasted, everyone's tired, the bride's about ready to pass out because she's so tired, like mom is exhausted from like saying hello to all the family members, and we are running around packing up all your stuff, and the wedding is over and we're like, okay, here's all your beautiful packed boxes, like ready to go, and you're like, oh my God, like who do you think did that? You know, like we're not gonna want the aunt or mom or cousin to do it. Like that's not their responsibility. We want them to enjoy themselves and not have to like, okay, what do we have to pack up? Like, oh my God. We'll even put it in the car for you guys. Like pull up your car, we'll put it in there. We want to make your day as stress-free as possible. Like yes, there might be sometimes we'll come up and ask you a question or like clarify something or need you for like a minute. But other than that, like no one is ever gonna be going to you guys. And I like prefix it so much at rehearsals. I'm like, if you guys need anything, I better not see you guys go to the bride or groom once, or mom or dad. Like, please come and find us. That's why we bring troops the day of, because we want to make sure that every aspect is covered.
If you don't have a planner, you know who this all falls to? Your family or you.
Remember about we were talking about the sanity thing?
Yeah.
Well, the day of your wedding, you will have no sanity.
It's a whole different, like, it's a whole different animal.
You need your parents there to like have those moments with you, and to like your mom needs to be in your pictures when you're putting on your dress and things like that. Like that's what in years is gonna matter. So when you have someone that can take that away from everybody and you just focus on making memories with your family, is like the most important thing ever that you could really ask for.
There's a lot of reasons why I think we are just useful for your wedding planning process.
Building our worth, you know?
Yeah.
We're important.
We are important.
Like I said, you guys might not see it because we're like secret ninjas on the day of, but we do
a lot of
stuff.
We do a lot. So
I'm gonna start making
if you want to see
vlog.
more, if you want to see another reasons, 10 reasons, the full 1,000 reasons, or if you have any other questions, please comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And thanks so much and happy planning.